You are beholding a man that has an appreciation for the finer things in life. Things like mushrooms. Autumn, with its cooler, wetter weather, is the perfect time of year for these guys. Mushrooms. All across the world, these guys are coming on out in abundance. Now, I'm not a mycologist, but I can appreciate mushrooms and other types of fungi for the role they play in the ecology of our planet. Here in the UK, we have roughly around 15,000 species of mushroom-creating fungi. A large amount of these are saprophytic mushrooms, like these growing on this log, that break down the material they are growing on. Unlike plants that send their roots into the soil for nutrients, these grow on what they eat. Molds, including the ones that can be found in houses, are this type of mushroom. Some, like the infamous cordyceps, this isn't what this is, I just thought it was neat, are parasitic. Cordyceps infects host invertebrates like ants, whereas others can infect plants like this oak tree. Then there is the famous mycorrhizal fungi. These are the types of fungi that have symbiotic relationships with plants and are very beneficial in forest environments especially. This sort of relationship between the plants and the fungi exists so that the fungi can get sugars that the plants can create, whilst the plants get a whole host of benefits. The fungi is much better at taking up certain nutrients from the soil, like water and phosphorus, and giving it to those plants. They also allow plants to send signals to one another, essentially being that wood wide web that we might have heard about before. And incredibly, mycorrhizal fungi is able to send nutrients from one plant to another, especially if that one plant sending the nutrients is related to the other. This is one of the major reasons that vast interconnected plant systems such as forests aren't interrupted by agriculture, so the mycorrhizae can stay intact. Coming back to mushrooms themselves, these are the fruiting body of the fungus itself, allowing their spores to spread. And ooh, look at these cool ones, bracket fungi. Wow, look at these ones, they're massive. They look so cool as well. So essentially, the mushroom makes the spores and spreads them out into the wider environment. This puts them at risk of being consumed by animals. This is one of the main reasons that a good portion of mushrooms are actually toxic to animals, including humans. Because if you're trying to spread your genes, getting eaten is not a good idea. So many mushrooms have evolved to be toxic to avoid this predation. Ones that can be consumed by other organisms like animals are a great source of protein. This leads me to one of my favorite facts, that mushrooms are actually more closely related to animals than they are plants. Anyway, TLDR, mushrooms are cool. I like them.